Hello, hello, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XI. Forewarning, there might be a lot of burping. My girlfriend convinced me to get some McDonald's earlier today. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure for her, and it doesn't taste god-awful. I got one of their spicy chicken sandwiches, so it's pretty good. But wrecked my insides because I can't handle spice anymore in my 30s for some reason. But since last time, I got a whole bunch more merits again, and we're up to 14 strength merits now, so we only can get one more strength merit. And we really want to focus on mind and dexterity for what I have in mind next. Intelligence wouldn't be bad to get either, but strength, dexterity, and mind are the most important stats to me at the moment. But I also broke the Tachi of Trials. You can see it doesn't provide any HP or the ice or darkness resistance anymore, so it is broken. And Samurai was actually could skill chain at a frequency, even with non-optimal trusts, that I broke it in one round of meriting before I actually filled my merits. So that was kind of nice. Wonderful, you are now ready for the final portion of your journey. Travel to the place described upon this map of the Anal Truth, Cuffville Tunnel. There you will meet your final test. Map to the Anal Truth. Oh yeah. Let's take the book warp to Cuffville. And I think, if I remember right, it's not really that far in there, but I'll look it up real quick just to expedite things. Quest is called The Potential Within. And once in Cuffville Tunnel, go to L7 on the map to the right and click the question mark to spawn a notorious monster named Quetzalcoatl. It's a beetle, it says. Okay. Anytime I open the Final Fantasy XI wiki, my laptop has a heart attack and the fan starts going. Super frickin' hard. I didn't just open the Final Fantasy XI wiki, I opened it in Google Chrome. Gotta eat all that sweet, sweet RAM. I actually learned today from a video why Google products and software and stuff is so often kind of borked. Like how they're going to be shutting down their streaming gaming service Stadia, which was a bad idea from the get-go. But apparently it's because Google's become so monstrously large that like their own internal like and my dogs start going crazy. What is going on down there? Okay. But I cannot think when they are going crazy. Okay. So the internal structure of Google is basically like, you know, software engineer after software engineer after software engineer led by a corporate office that's also might be also software engineers. And so to get promoted and climb the ladder there, you have to be a pretty good software engineer. But that means that you need to like beef up your resume every time you're doing software stuff. And like that means that within Google, like what they want is they want new ideas and new ways to make money. So, you know, new products, new services, new. And so you only really get super awesome resume points for promotion if you're like on every new project and doing amazing and stuff. And then if I was on Thief, I'd get that coffer. But this leads to this negative feedback loop where basically all of their talented engineers move from project to project and like get it going. Like they get it started, they get it going, but then they do nothing to maintain or improve it. Like they launch it, and it's like, this is a good idea. Here's all the good marketing. We make it work. We made it functional. Bam, resume point. Now I can focus on my next promotion. And then the people left to maintain it usually aren't skilled enough to maintain or improve it to any notable degree. And so you get all these failed projects and failed, not just software, but hardware as well, like Google Glass and shit. Like, that's why all that shit failed, is because, you know, people made it. And here's our thingy at, okay, this is almost L7. It's on the border of K7 and L7. And it shouldn't be too hard to kill. My trust would get to doing their job. Alright. I'm not style locked because I switched jobs while doing some merits, even though I didn't really need to. Swing. Shoot 2 nukes in, and then I'll do another swing. The katana I'm using right now is called a Hagen, or a Hagen. Pretty sure it's Hagen. And it's a level 72 katana with a TP bonus. And this thing at level 75 cap was like the most sought after thing by almost every samurai and their mom. The TP bonus effectively makes it like you're doing weapon skills at 200% TP, or if you're at like, or basically at double the TP, or 100 more, or I guess in these days 1,000 more TP than you'd normally be at. And so all of Samurai's weapon skills, for the most part, at least all of the most powerful ones, they do enhance damage at higher TP values. And that's so that whenever you activate your 2-hour, which instantly sets you to maximum TP and lets you do 3 weapon skills in a row, you know, so that you will have a more power to that. But it has this ripple effect, you know. You get this Hagen, and every weapon skill is like, the second you have enough TP to do a weapon skill, it's like you have 2,000 or whatever TP, and that lets you basically, it doesn't really double the weapon skill damage output, but it makes it really consistently high. Like, every time I weapon skill, even on really hard monsters, my Tachi Geckos or whatever are doing anywhere from like 1,600 to 2,500 damage. I guess it depends on if I double attack or not, and there's all these variables that go into damage too. But like, yeah. And it's funny, back in the day, this katana, like even, I don't know what it cost during like 2004, 2005 Christmas inflation, where a ton of people bought, just RMT'd millions and millions of gil. They straight up bought gil before it was illegal. And as a result, anything that was mildly expensive before became ridiculously expensive. Like Scorpion Harness +1 cost 25 million on the auction house. And I'm sure I mentioned this like towards the start of the Let's Play, but like, you know, this Hopper Geon that I'm wearing also went that high or higher. And I have no idea if the Hagen was even out yet when that was going around. But even in the days where like stuff wasn't hyperinflated on price, I can remember the Hagen on the auction house going for like 3 million gil, like solidly. Like it was like a thing you could go and farm even if you weren't a samurai, and then just sell it because it was in such high demand. The really funny thing about it is, for as much as it improved the performance of samurai in general, it didn't improve samurai's performance so drastically because there's nothing else special about it. That like, just because you had a Hagen would mean you'd outdamage someone. else on Samurai. So like there's all these Samurais that had it that were just crappy players in general, and like weren't weapon skilling immediately with it, and therefore weren't really getting, you know, the most out of it. It's pretty funny, but it's pretty good. I like it. It lets my Samurai keep up with my Warrior and my Dark Knight on kill speed, at least at this level. And now we have Tachikasha, which is one of my favorite weapon skills in the game. It's basically just as strong as Tachi Yukikaze or Tachi Gecko, but it has fusion property, also compression property, and it paralyzes the target. And if you can get that paralyzed to land without being resisted, it lasts for a full minute, and I think it's like a 15% paralyzed proc rate, so that puts it at like the level of, I think, like a equal mind stat paralyzed to monster or something like that. So like it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. But it also has a really pretty animation. It's a horizontal slice. If your katana had a sheath in this game, it would be a sheath, like you would be drawing the katana from the sheath. That's the motion. And it's like you've seen Ayame do it, I'm sure, in my other videos. You know, like cherry blossoms like come out of this blue energy wave that goes around the cut. I really love it. It's one of my favorite weapon skills in the entire game. So now we just got to go back to doing Thief Artifact Armor. I think we just want to go to Windurst, because we got to deal with the Cat Burglar again. We've got 2 more Thief Artifact Armor quests to go, if I remember right. If you remember, last time we were working on Thief AF, we went to Juneau. The Tenshodo had summoned a bunch of thieves to deal with this old band of, I guess, actually bandits. They used to ambush merchant caravans that were going to and from Juneau to make sure that these like bandits weren't gonna reactivate or do something that would disrupt the Tenshodo's crime organization, I guess, because the Tenshodo is more or less a crime organization. And that's some answer. Probably have to take by stuff. I want to go quick. But we got tasked with going and talking to a Galka thief in Selbina. He told us to go steal Quad F stew, and then he would sign the paper telling the Tenshodo that, you know, he has no plans to go back to banditry and he's not going to disrupt their shit. But of course, we don't actually know if that's what the Tenshodo wanted out of those people, because we didn't see the subtext. So, but they gave us a knife, and that was our first artifact for Thief, and it was a decent knife for the level, but we're of course beyond that level. Let's see. We don't need to get like all of our gear out for this, but we do. I don't like being naked. I don't like any part of my character being naked. I like to be equipped, at least. It's kind of funny. Like if it wasn't optimal, I actually wouldn't even swap gear, because like, I don't know. It's kind of a headache to remember every single set you need. And then also just like, it kind of loses its novelty when like you have to do it for like literally every cast or every like 2 seconds in a battle or whatever. Like, please just let me, you know, just let me fight. Let me observe what's going on. But of course, this game is actually all about swapping the gear, so. But that's one thing I actually appreciate about Style Lock. It lets you at least just wear the same gear outwardly, which was something that Windower add-on and third-party tools has been doing for years for people. Which you know, it's one of those things where, like, if you never had it before, then you don't know what you're missing. But then once you have it, you're just like, oh man, that's way too nice to give up. So I kind of actually believe, when I think about it, I believe some of the opinions that, like, window over was for quality of life. But the sad thing is that, you know, the line blurred eventually, and it became less about quality of life and more about cheating and getting an edge, because the game is very hard. Oh look, a flask of vitriol to just as I was getting salty. The game knows me so well. The daily tally, special tally, hasn't given me anything really worthwhile in a good long time. I would say that the cursed mitts are worthwhile, because they turn into something pretty good. They turn the Hecatome mitts if we can get the abjuration, which comes from Sky Gods, which I have pop sets for, which I intend to fight once I get enough merits, and hope that I can win with just trusts at this level. But you know, the low quality version is nothing to write home about, and I'm pretty sure we can still buy that on the auction house, assuming someone's selling it for like 10k or whatever. So that seems to be the general operation. Oh, okay, well, what else do you say? Ah, I've been looking for you. You know how to get those papers from the Tenchoto and deliver them individually. Did you check the signature you got from the THF member before giving the papers to Vadere? You know, the last signature on the signed envelope, it was a single letter. Did you see it? Yes. Let's see. I assume it was a T. You got it with a V. Oh, okay. You can tell what's written on paper just by touching it? What the fuck? Our signatures were some sort of code. Okay. Searching for the treasure, huh? Sure, why not? I can't remember if I did it on... I'm pretty sure I did it on camera. We know we got her trust, and she's a thief. And her trust actually comes with Treasure Hunter 1 and Gill Finder, or something like that. So if you don't want a sub-thief or use thief, you can get Treasure Hunter from your trusts. Help your farming go a little bit faster. Gang whereabout notes. First forged envelope, second forged envelope. Okay, a note you received from Nanamigo is the whereabouts of two remaining members of the THF band of thieves written on it. The first is at the top of an old tower of the Ceremou Champagne. The second is at the Goblin's Goblet in Juneau. Documents forged by Nanamigo. They're so well done that you cannot tell the difference between this and the Tenchoto's original envelope and letter. Okay. Apparently we can talk to these two hot cat babes. You need to have a grapnel. But even if you have one, you won't be getting up the tower if you're a fat cat. Okay, so now what do we gotta do? From here on out, you can complete the quest on any job. You do not have to be thief. Oh, I'm gonna stay on thief because I bothered switching over and I'm already 75, so we'll be fine. Head to Ceremou Champagne and try to meet one of the thieves by climbing up each of the 6 towers represented by dark dots in the Ceremou map. Check a question mark at the base of the tower. You receive the message, "It is impossible to climb this wall with your bare hands." Until you check the one that spawns Climb Pix High Rise. Goblin Notorious Monster. The question mark locations rotate randomly among the towers at the start of each game day. So we don't have to worry about that because our game day just changed over to Thunder's Day. God damn it, why does talking aggravate this cough? Or like bring it back? I haven't coughed all day until now. So basically we're just going to be going to the towers until we fight a goblin. We kill the goblin and take his grapnel, and then that's the tower that we've got to go to. Let's see, do we have... Oh, I don't think we have Super Kupo powers anymore because of the week changed. There's supposed to be a maintenance later tonight for this, and I'm hoping that it's not going to happen while I'm recording. But if it does, I guess it'll be okay. And I guess we'll get around okay, because we just ride our mount across to each tower. We've pretty much got to cover the whole zone, because there's 6 towers, and they're pretty far apart. But I don't think we'll even need trusts to beat the goblins, so I don't think we gotta like spend an extra few seconds summoning trusts. Although I guess if I wanted to, like, I could summon out Nanamigo's trust and pretend like we're doing this quest with her, even though we're doing it for her. Hippogriff, go! Mounts make me, like, happy and sad. I'm pretty sure I've said it before, because I repeat myself ad nauseum when I'm filling the airwaves with my voice. But, they, like, the mounts seem like they pretty much negate the need for chocobos at all. Like, it makes the rental chocobo system so antiquated. It's like, why would I pay any amount of gil to ride a chocobo when I can just ride them out instead? Like, I'm pretty sure you have to do the chocobo license quest to even unlock mounts, but like, I don't know. It's kind of, you know, it's like the whole thing with teleportation making airships redundant. Okay. Oh look, first tower. Climb Pix High Rise. How about that? Well, oh, he's actually got a pretty decent amount of HP. I have macros for this, but I don't feel like caring. Those Duskledelsons actually kind of match the, I mean, not quite. The Duskledelsons are a little bit more purple than the dark blue of the pants there. Palawan pants, but they're like so similar that they kind of go together. Oops. Whatever. That's my samurai stuff. Yeah, you can actually, even with equipped set macros, you can actually use them. But it doesn't really matter too much. Like, it'll switch out every piece that you could possibly wear if you're using the wrong macros. Like, I think I had, was it book 3? No. Was it book 6? Was it book 8? Okay, yeah, it's book 8. I think my Thief TP set was actually, yeah, it's a Scorpion Harness. Not that it matters. You obtain a grapnel. He didn't even give EXP. How about that? Where's the grapnel? It looks like a Patas. You could not get a decent grip on the wall using the What? You cannot get it. What? Okay. Okay. Go to the tower at I7J/J7 after defeating him. Okay. I better not be the one that's like... Okay, that's the one that's north of Gospet Mountain. That's not hard to get to. One of the towers, like the one down there, next to the spine, sort of near Garledge Citadel entrance, that's actually up on the ledge that you have to go through Garledge Citadel to get to. And if we had been really unlucky, we would have had to go there to fight the Goblin. But we got lucky. First question mark. Okay, so even though this wall is exactly the same as that other wall, since this is a cutscene place, we will obviously... You try climbing the grapnel, but you are too heavy? What? What the fuck? Unequip all of your equipment so that you are not wearing anything. That doesn't make any sense. It's still in my bag. You gotta meet this guy naked. Stupid. No, I'm not taking my rings off. Oh, okay, so basic jewelry makes me too heavy still. Yet Galkas can do this quest. Whatever. Why didn't you? You're the third person to make it in 20 years. The thief that came before, she didn't make it back to the Senshoto, did she? Maybe I shouldn't have robbed her of everything she owned. It was my intention to teach her the importance of skills over equipment, but I guess it backfired on me. Oops. First forged envelope. Yeehaw. Okay, let's get not naked anymore. Yay. Okay, now then. Go to Lower Juno and talk to Snignix in the duty-free goblin shop. Okay, well, let's mount up, just right over and stop coughing. I haven't been sick for over a week now. I haven't coughed a single time today until now. Cut it out, throat. Cut it out, chest. Cut it out, lungs. Do not need this. Talk to Snignix in Muckfix's junk shop. He will play a little game of roll the dice. All you have to do is keep rolling against him until you beat him. Then he'll tell you to go to Dangraf Wadi to gamble some more. You must beat the following 3 goblin brothers in order. Make sure you bring some sort of invisible and sneak so that you can get past the level 90 monsters that were added at Dangraf Wadi. And the post-Abystia world updates. Okay, so apparently we need gospet grass, rock salt, and a lizard egg on top of this stupid shit. Okay. Apparently, though, we can get rock salt off of the crabs and gospet grass off the waddy hares and lizard eggs off the steam lizards. So, if you don't have that stuff, you'll have to either buy it or kill these monsters. Since this is a recording and I don't want to waste your time, I'm just going to see if I can buy them on the auction house. Probably won't be able to get them all, but we'll see. But basically, we're going to be taking these items to this place. I'm going to be killing Salt Vicks, Grass Vicks, and Egg Blicks. And... oh, actually, I guess we're not going to be killing them. We're going to be gambling with them. You will probably need several rounds of gospet grass, rock salt, and lizard eggs. There's no set number for how many you need. It all depends on how lucky you are. Fan-fucking-tastic. You have to win 3 times to complete this section of the quest, once against each goblin brother. Okay, so we want food ingredients, because these are all food ingredients. Lizard egg. Okay. Well, that's one problem out of the way. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. And then... what's the other ones? Rock salt. Rock salt. Was that not considered a food ingredient? I'm gonna look at alchemy, I guess. My old instincts still serve me well. Now, where's gospet grass? I'm gonna assume it's in pet items, but I'm gonna just look because I can't remember. On the auction house for what? Weapon, armors, miscellaneous pet items. Okay. We probably won't find a stack of it. Oh wait, okay, 2 stacks of it are on. Cool. 50k, Jesus Christ, how much for a single? 4,000? Okay, well, I'm gonna just buy the stack, and, because money's not a problem for us right now. I don't know why I guess my brain totaled up the single. I didn't think to pay 50k for some godforsaken reason. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got all those items we need. We don't have to worry about collecting them. Don't need Wagdy's magic shop right now. Here we go. Now we're looking for Snignecks. No, not Stinknecks. Snignecks. Where are you, Snignecks? Alright. Hey, Daredevil, you looking for Paluart? He comes here a lot. Let's roll some dice. Loser gets to see Paluart and get killed. Okay. Oh look, I won. Here's your chance. Go to Dangrif Wadi and find Dangrif Brothers. They have regal dye. Okay. That's cryptic, but whatever. I already knew that I needed to go there or whatever, so we'll just go to like Bastock Market's exit, mount up, and ride, because I don't feel like going to the book. It's almost close enough anyway. Plus, it's an excuse to ride across Goosterberg or run across Goosterberg, so we might as well. So look at the positions in the Dangrafuati of where these guys are again. F7, F4/F5, and E12. Fantastic. Alright. One nice thing about Thief doing artifact quests is that all the coffer related items, like for Borgertz's sneaking hands and the other AF pieces that come in coffers around the way, you don't need coffer keys for them. You can just pick the locks while on Thief. Which is pretty cool, but of course, picking locks always comes with the chance that the chest will either disappear or turn into a mimic. So, but it's common enough to be able to open them just fine that it would be still less time than just farming the coffer key. I'll let you save the coffer keys for other jobs. Although I haven't been going around opening up the coffers for different artifact armor pieces because I'm lazy. But I might go around in my free off-camera time and do that. I do have a strong desire to do all of the Borgertz's hands quests, just to say that I did them all, even though they are all exactly the same. And there's nothing, I don't think there's anything special for doing them all. But I'm just curious, because like, if you remember last year when I showed off, like, I think I showed off warriors first or something, or maybe monks. No, it wasn't monks. It would have had to have been warriors, or no, maybe it was red mages. Either way, I showed off one of the Borgertz's quests, and you know, you go, you find a coffer key to where the old gauntlets are said to be from that armor shop, Galka, and then you go and you meet Borgertz's spirit in Port Juno in that unopenable toolbox or whatever, and he tells you he needs darkness flames from Castles of All, and so you gotta go to Castles of All and fight Darkspark, which is a bomb that's like level 55 or whatever, and has like really high level black magic despite being at the level it's at. And let's see, we're already at J10, so we go to the one at E12 I think first, because I think we can do them in any order. Or wait, does it have to be in order, it said? You must beat the following 3 Goblin brothers in order. Okay, I guess that means we can't go to the one at E12 first. We have to go to the one at F7. I don't know how you'd be... you know what? Fuck this wiki guide. I'm gonna go to the one at E12 first and see what happens. Although, how is there one at E12? I guess he's like behind an invisible wall or something, because like there's no way to go there otherwise. This could just be shitty wiki directions again. What was I saying? I was excited about something and I was saying something, and then I mentioned the directions the quest we're actually doing. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I won't be able to get up there, will I? Wait, no. Wait, no. No. No, not unless I can walk through one of these walls or something. Or wait, no, wait, the geyser? 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 Is there a geyser? Geyser here? Geyser? No? No geyser? Hmm. And no invisible walls. I have to come to it through the north section. I need like a map that's like marked with all the tunnels. I guess that means we will be going to the one at F7 first. How annoying. Kind of wish we still had Super Kupo powers too, because I don't know when they revoked them, and I don't know which ones we're going to get next. So it was kind of nice having the Sprint Shoes one all week. It's nice whenever that one's out. Like my favorite Kupo powers are Martial Mastery, Swift Shoes, and Dilatory Digestion. Because it's double food duration, enhanced skill up rate, and you know, the ability to go fast and get where you're going. Although the one thing I don't like about the Swift Shoes rested bonus is it doesn't stack with like Flee or anything. So like whenever you're on Thief, something that's normally a boon to you in Flee becomes something you gotta remember not to do. And I always hate things that have like negative like normally they're good to do, but then when you get something else that doesn't interact with them well, then they become bad to do. Basically anything where you can suffer from, you know, like what's normally a good result. Like how in Fire Emblem, I don't really like using Wrath for boss fights. Because like it's a really effective way in Fire Emblem 9 and 10 to kill bosses is to use Wrath. Because the boss is most likely going to hit you, and then you'll basically, as long as you live, your counterattack will most likely be a crit. Because you get 50% added to your crit rate. And on most bosses, you have a natural crit rate anyway. And then there's also bond crit to take advantage of by having a unit next to another unit that is like a family member or something. Like Ike and his little sister, or Boyd and his brothers. Only trouble is just, you know, like Wrath is risky because, you know, you gotta be below half HP for it to work. But also, you can suffer from success if your character dodges. If your character dodges, I'm surprised he doesn't have high evasion and defense. I thought he was like supposed to be in the 90s. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, if your character dodges, the boss is hit, which is entirely possible. Most of the time, you know, it's like a low possibility. It's like a 1/5 chance to dodge or whatever. But if you dodge, then you can't activate Wrath. And that means that something that's normally good in every other scenario or with any other skill combo is now bad. Like you dodge the boss. Normally that means you don't gotta heal. Oh, you were using Wrath though, so that means you don't get Wrath. So it's really annoying. Well, the area is littered with white crystalline dust. It's just not. Oh, okay. I trade the rock salt. That's what I gotta do, right? That's the hint for it to be rock salt, not cocaine. You think you smart because you know what Saltfix likes? Wait, Saltfix know you. You beat Snignix if you know. But you no match for Dankoff Brothers. Let's roll. Oh, I beat you on the first try. You good, but not good enough to get hands on Regal Die. You never beat Grasswicks of North. Okay, time to go beat Grasswicks of North, I guess. Which he is I guess I loop around and take the tunnel north. Like, I can actually see that tunnel on the map. It's not like the hidden tunnel, so. I have a vague memory of this quest. A vague memory of the goblins popping out. But I don't remember the gambling. I don't remember needing the rock salt or the gospit grass or anything. Don't remember any of that, so. It's probably something that my brain just filtered out. Oh, that's you buy it from the auction house and then you don't care. Which is exactly what I'm doing this time. I bought the stuff from the auction house, and I don't think I'll lose 12 times in a row, so eh. Prim Pika. Incredibly tough. Incredibly tough. Oh, no, I'm yawning too. I'm burping, coughing, and yawning in this episode. What a disgusting prick. I am. Yeah, I like when things align. I don't like when I have to worry about, like, things going according to a very specific plan. I like to have things simplified. Like, it might not be the best, it might not be the most efficient thing ever, or whatever. Because, like, you know, in that Fire Emblem scenario I'm talking about, like, Wrath with another skill will do more damage than any other skill combo, or like Wrath with Resolve as well. But, you know, it's just not. I feel like the other skills stand up to it pretty well. And don't come with the need to be hit by the enemy. Grasswicks no like you, but Grasswicks love this tasty food. You beat Saltvix, but Grasswicks no lose. Ready? Ah, cool, I beat him on the first try. How about that? You win now, but you never beat Eggblix in Cavern. And it's like, okay. We can apparently get to him, though, by just going south and then looping sort of back under and then looping back under again. We just gotta get to that fume lizards, huh? Also incredibly tough. I'm actually kind of wondering where I'm gonna wind up leveling after I get done dicking around at 75 cap, because I could have already been leveling. And I think currently the best places to level are actually Rhapsody's Vanadil zones, which are just reused zones. Like, they reuse the Sky Zone and they reuse a few other zones from different expansions of the game, and they're called Eska. The Eska version, and it's like an alternate timeline version that's been frozen in time and everything's all black and white except for the creatures. And, like, travel for the most part works exactly the same as in their counterparts, like their real counterparts, but they're, like, different. They're stronger monsters, and there's, like, monsters of varying that vary wildly in level. Like, I think Eska, there's like Eska Zeta, there's Eska Ruan Gardens, and there's at least one or two other Eska zones. And basically, there's special notorious monsters there that you can spawn. A lot of the time, they're stronger versions, like item level versions of level 75 monsters. Like, I think in Eska Ruan, you can fight all the Sky Gods again. I think, as well as some of the Sea Jailers and at the Warder of Courage, which is the item level version of Absolute Virtue. And you can get item level versions of all their drops, which is, you know, it's like item level on Final Fantasy XI. It actually makes when you wear it, as long as your weapon and all of your main armor pieces, as long as they are all... Well, how do I get there if this is not... Do I gotta... Oh, I gotta go... Like, I gotta go around still. I have to go... like, up and through and down and around and through here to go to... Like, I'm going to the, the rune weapon thing, the secret strange apparatus or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, like item level in this game, it goes on your main hand weapons, your ranged weapons, sometimes your ammo. Actually, a lot of times now your ammo. It goes on all that. It goes on your main body pieces. And the only pieces it matters though for the calculation of the player's item level is the weapons and the body, the head, body, hands, legs, and feet. Your belt, your cape, your necklace, and your accessories, none of them count as towards like reducing the average. So like you can wear any accessories you want at level 99 and not have your level be impacted. Because basically what happens in this game nowadays is you get to level 99, and then any item level 119 gear or item level gear you have, you equip it, and then it averages together, and then that actually becomes your physical level. Instead of being just a display for like a requirement, like oh, you can't get into this dungeon or this fight without having item level 600 or whatever, like in Final Fantasy 14. Item level in Final Fantasy 11, like I said, it literally changes your level. And like your level readout when someone examines you will still say you're level 99, but they actually have to look at your gear to see what your character is capable of, because you know basically you if you have item level 119 gear, you gain 20 levels for free. But there's all these other caveats that come with it, right? Like that's the current plateau for the game is you can only be that level, but people determine statistics of like stats and attributes for higher levels, and now there's like an upper echelon and a lower echelon of item level 119 gear. It really is just like the level 75 cap, where there's like a higher echelon of level 75 gear versus a lower echelon of level 75 gear. And so like all the best item level 119 gear or whatever, it's like effective level is actually giving you the attributes of like a level 130 person or something like that, but they keep it at item level 119 for balancing reasons, because they don't want to make the monsters any more powerful. It's a little strange, but it could be worse. Okay, so we got to go through the secret wall, and there's those aggressive worms that are going to be in this tunnel. So we just got to make sure we got sneak. And we just got to hop down the hole and go south. He's at E12, remember? Number of broken eggs lie scattered around. Okay. You place a lizard egg down. Crunch, crunch, slurp, slurp. Gotta love those eggs, best when they're raw, you know. Nothing to say, huh? It was you who beat my little brothers, was it? If you beat me, I'll tell you all I know about our regal die, I promise. Dude, I beat them all on the first try. Okay, cool. I don't have ours regal die, my sister does. You can meet her at Drakenfall. But beware, my sister don't like nobody in her territory. Don't go snooping around in her private stuff. Okay, let's see. So now we gotta go all the way north, I think. He said Drakenfall, right? I think that's in North Gustaberg. Let me make sure that it's actually through the Wadi. Little sister. Eggblix will tell you that his little sister has the regal die, Exit Dangraf Wadi via the hidden exit to the North Göteborg and stay on the south side of the river. Okay, so that means we just gotta go north, which means we gotta sneak around a bunch of stuff again. Witchetty grubs. I think I remember my train of thought with what I was excitedly talking about earlier, possibly, maybe. Probably not. I was probably talking about it before I started talking about item level. I really am wondering where I'm going to level up after I get done dicking around at 75. There's a lot of options. Like, if I can use trusts in Abyssia, Abyssia might be an option. Although, I don't think that would be... alone, I don't think that would be a good option anymore. It was such a good option back in the day because, like, nothing else could touch it. Because you, even in a full alliance, every time someone killed a monster, you get 600 XP. And that was like anyone. And so, like, if you had even just, 14 or 15 people actively killing monsters every, like, 20 seconds, you were getting, like, 6,000 XP, like, every 20 seconds. And then whatever your key whores were doing when they opened a box, like some boxes just straight up give 1,000 XP or 1250 XP or whatever, and then other boxes give like other stuff. That's a whole big thing. And really, really fast and super easy to level. Like my main character, well, I say main character, but my original character, Buyer, he has like every job at 99 except for jobs I had no interest in actually playing. So like the only jobs he has that aren't a 99 is like White Mage, Black Mage, Bard, and then like Summoner. And I guess Puppet Master and Scholar. But everything else I got to 99 on him. Well, I don't think I got Dancer to 99 actually, nor Geomancer. But everything else, he had like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, he had 15 out of 22 jobs at 99 thanks to Abyssia. And those were all the jobs that I actually had an interest in playing at all. Of course, like the ones I focused on the most, especially in my later years of playing him, were Warrior, because that was always his major focus. So like Warrior, Ninja, Blue Mage, Red Mage, and Monk. And then sort of Dark Knight and Samurai to an extent. And I actually always wanted to really get into Dragoon, but then like, it's just like one of those things. I think Dragoon is neat, especially it's really neat to see someone play it well, and like I think it's a really great thing to spectate. But to actually play it yourself, like I don't really think it's that like alarmingly fun. It really is just one of those things that's kind of cool. Like back in the Abyssia era, the final boss of Abyssia is a dragon called Shinryu, which is a reference to, like the Zard dragon in Shinryu from Final Fantasy V. And, like, is this boss that's, like, he had mechanics that no one had ever seen before. Or at least hadn't seen, like, in conjunction with one another. Like, he, in an era where you had capped haste and like all these super stats and stuff, he regains HP whenever he is struck by anything physical, I think, during, like, depending on what he's doing with his wings, whether they're open or shut or whatever, because they're like membrane wings, you can open them and shut them. And it's like if he's casting magic, then like he absorbs magic damage or something. So you have to like control your damage, but also damage him extremely because he's gonna get HP back. And then like all of his attacks are like extraordinarily powerful and come with a whole shit sandwich. Then he has like tier 4 gospels and all that, and like, you know, not knowing the game as well as I do now back then, yeah, it turned out it was actually possible with the temporary items that you could find in Abyssia, along with the right Atma setup and the right jobs, you could actually solo him, and that just seemed like so far beyond me, because like, it seemed like he was made to be a boss that you were supposed to kill with a temporary item you could buy called a Primeval Brew. The Primeval Brew in Abyssia, normally I think it costs like 3 million of the currency you can get in there, called Cruor. But once you beat Shinryu, it only costs a few 100,000. And so like, you can get it really easily. And the way we beat him back in the day was one of our friends actually went with a group that was just going to use the Primeval Brew just to get the win, so that he could buy Primeval Brews cheap. And then he came out of it, bought a Primeval Brew, and then took us in there, and we triggered the weaknesses or whatever that allowed for the drops to drop off of them. There's like a blue weakness that's triggered with physical weapon skills. There's a red weakness that's triggered with elemental weapon skills. And there's yellow weakness that's triggered with magic. And like, the blue weakness makes them drop their rare, I think, weapon drops more often, or like rare gear drops. Yellow is like tied to a specific periphery items. Then red makes them drop their key item Atmas, which are used for buffing the player. And so we triggered all that, and he used his Primeval Brew and killed him in 2 weapon skills, or 3 weapon skills, or whatever. And that's how we dealt with him for a long time. But then I watched a video of a Dragoon main go in there and as like Dragoon / Red Mage, and he ran around the backside of Shinryu, because Shinryu doesn't turn around at all. He's like a super large monster who can just attack you from any angle, so he doesn't need to turn. And he engaged him from behind to put his wyvern behind him, and then he didn't disengage, but he unlocked his target camera and ran to the front, as far away from his wyvern as he could get, so that the wyvern wouldn't get hit by... she's going to fight us. Gambilox Wanderling. Well, it's kind of sad that we're going to be killing their sister, I guess. I don't really care about any of that. Put Trick Attack on Nana, though. Probably should have brought out my healing trusts, but I think we'll be okay. I mean, assuming I don't die. Yeah, hit Nana, Amigo, do it. 550 damage loss. Yeah, this Dragoon, though, he soloed Shinryu. And he used window work, like, he had Blink Me Not, which was what the program was called, so his gear never looked like it changed, but his gear was changing constantly, because he was swapping in damage taken sets, and swapping back into haste set, and swapping into his You found a Regal Die! Okay. So what now? What is this all for? To meet the You took out our sister. You must pay! Wait, me brothers, let this adventurer be. Sis, you alright? I'm fine now. I used to get joy out of slashing up adventurers. Watching them run, scream for their lives, stand up to me, then fall. All that was well fun. And then the more fun I had, the more the regal die would smile down upon me. Goblin used to always talk about people and beastmen living together peacefully. Until she got her hands on that regal die. She turned all crazy until they drove her out of town she was living in. I don't want me sister to cause any more trouble. I thought that an adventure with luck and skills could free her from her bond. Gambling and fishing like we did before. I missed the city, huh? Return to Juno and start all over again with him. Was she like Snignix his lover or something? Regal die. Let's see what does it look like. Goblins believe that a divine power rests within this die. Its name is derived from the legend of a former owner who is said to have taken the throne with the power of this die. I wonder, that's got to be some reference to some like Asian myth. You will need to defeat Gambalok's Wanderling for every thief that needs the Regal Die. Head back to Lower Juno and trade the Regal Die to Snignix to get the key item, Second Signed Forged Envelope. Head back to Winderst Woods and speak to Nanamigo again to get your Thief AF. It says Rogue's Bonnet. So we'll just... But yeah, in the old days, I watched that video of the Dragon Solo Shinryu, and then it basically taught me that with the right temporary items, you could kill Shinryu without the Primeval Brew. And I eventually convinced my two best friends at the time, one was a Bard main, and the other was a Blue Mage main, to go into Shinryu with me, and that we would rotate our temporary items at certain points in the fight, and we would kill it without the Primeval Brew. And they were reluctant to do it at first, but then eventually we had a brew go wrong, and basically brew go wrong is more or less people all have like their own frequency at which they will execute their weapon skills, and like executing your weapon skills with the Primeval Brew is what kills Shinryu so quickly. But you have to pay attention to his wings and what he's doing. You can't just spam, because if you just spam, you'll heal him back to full. And you can't see his health bar as an added thing of difficulty. And so... Okay, so we found Palawart. He's an Elven. Sign my shit, Trick. You want my signature again? This is most irregular. How embarrassing for the chinchilla to have to go over the same ground twice. Doesn't exactly inspire faith now, does it? Nevertheless, I've been given this opportunity to be out here in the fresh air and speak with people after being cooped up inside for such a long time. Let's leave it up to this impartial die to decide whether this encounter was a fortunate one or not. Okay. Oh dear. The smaller number wins. Snignix, you've been telling secrets again. He really wanted to kill us, huh? I don't think he could have taken us. But yeah, so we had a brew go bad. Basically, my friend used the primeval brew, and they weapon skilled, and they weren't paying attention to the timing, and they healed Shinryu. So then, you know, like I was telling them, you know, in voice chat, wait a second, wait for his wings to go down. They waited for his wings to go down, they hit him again, and then they tried to get it over with quickly. They started spamming. But what happened was Shinryu's wings closed or whatever, so like he could be hurt. And they started spamming, and they nearly killed him, but then he opened his wings again. And they didn't stop spamming, so they healed him right back to full. And then what wound up happening is the Primeval Brew has a duration. And so their Primeval Brew duration ran out. And neither of the other two of us had Primeval Brews, and so we had to fight without it. And so the thing I discussed about rotating our proper temporary items and fighting, I started doing myself because I had a full loadout of all the temporary items you could buy in Abyssia, but also all the temporary items you could find, except for the Primeval Brew. And by rotating these, and the fact that we had our Empyrean weapons at level 90, I was able to kill Shinryu with them, and without the Primeval Brew. And they're like, "Wow, damn, we could do it without brews? Amazing!" But then they were also just sort of like, "Eh, we're still gonna do it with brews." Because it's not like once you get the cheap brews, they're not like really that hard to get. They still take a little bit of the money, but don't take a lot of the money. Alright, cat bitch. Here's the envelopes. Yeah, I got them. 8 letters. Let's put them together. V-Z-A-N-A-T-A-I. Tabnasia. It's an anagram for Tabnasia. Take your loot and scoot. I'll let you know when I figure this out. Come and see me later. Okay, so to activate the next quest, we have the zone. But we're not going to do it this time. We're just going to show you what the Thief AF kind of looks like. This is our first piece of it that we're getting. All of it is this green color, sometimes with the yellow accoutrement and other times with brown. For the most part, none of the stats on it's going to matter very much. I think the body and the legs, like the body has strength, which is decent. The legs have agility, which is a modifying stat for trick attack. And then the boots, I remember that we're gonna get the boots from the final quest. They enhance flee, and I think they have 3 dexterity. So like, those are the decent pieces. But the main thing about them is almost every piece has steel plus on it, which enhances the success rate of steel. And I think even one of the pieces might have steel plus 2. I'm probably remembering wrong, but eh. But the Thief AF is worthwhile to get if you ever need to steal anything, more or less. But for now, we're over an hour. I'm just gonna switch over to Ninja really quick, and we're gonna go and pick up the WSNM katana. If I remember right, I think it's a little shitty katana. Like one of the low delay but really low damage ones that's more like a dagger than a sword. The unfortunate thing about this quest, the quest is called Boogie Soden. Okay, talk to Ryoma in Norg. Okay, so we gotta go to Norg for this. Let's put on stuff. Have my katanas. I guess I might as well grab them. Not like I have special ones. And this is a very unfortunate WSNM if you ask me. Because Ninja is the only one in the game that can use katanas. There's some katanas that you can equip that are all jobs, so with Ninja as a sub job, you could use them effectively to, like, say, do an elemental weapon skill. But because you'll get some katana skill from your sub job. But Ninja's the only job that can actually use katana weapon skills at all. Outside of that, outside of sub jobs and special, like, holiday joke weapon katanas. Which have a point in Abyssia and for anything like that has a katana weapon skill weakness trigger. But yeah. Anyway, even though Ninja's the only job that can use katanas, originally they only had an A- in it. Nowadays, I'm happy to report they fixed that and moved it up to having an A+. So that's cool. However, things they didn't fix was this weird idea they had about the katana. We have Blade 10. That's our highest weapon skill right now. It has gravitation property. You would think that since Ninja's the only job that can use katanas, they would want it to have more skill chain properties. So the WSNM, though, is also gravitation property. And it's weaker than Blade 10 by a lot. Well, look at you. I'm glad to see you realize that being a ninja isn't all about casting spells and throwing stars, but there's still one technique that's left for only the best of the best. You've learned to wield your katana by risking your life and limb out there on the battlefield. Learning this final technique will be no different. You have to get out of there in the jungle and bust your butt like you never have before. Do you think you'd have what it takes? Yeah, of course. I knew that you couldn't resist the challenge, but saying you're going to do something is a hell of a lot easier than actually going out and doing it. If you don't think you're going to succeed, then you shouldn't even bother trying in the first place. Here, take this Kodachi of Trials. Okay, so no, I remembered wrong. Okay, it's Kodachi. Cool. When you've acquired enough skill, the Kodachi of Trials will recognize your potential, will recognize your power, and its power will fade. When that happens, bring her back to me. I don't think that's the end of your trial. Something much more exciting will be waiting for you when you get back, if you know what I mean. Okay, cool. Kodachi of Trials. Okay, but it has relatively low base damage, even though it's, see, 33, it's yeah. But between this time and next time, I'll break that, and we'll learn, it's called, you know, they all have the prefix Blade. So it's called Blade Coup, and it has a really cool animation, but it's a really fucking weak attack. And you can pretty much say that for almost every katana weapon skill. Like Blade Ren, super weak. Blade Teki, super weak. Blade Toe, super weak. Blade E, super weak. It's like the only ones that are ever worth the damage, like Reds, Toe, well no not Toe, Reds, Chi, Gen, Ten. And then later there's Blade Kamu, which is super weak, but it's the mythic weapon skill and has fragmentation property. And then a little later on after that there's Blade High, which is like darkness / gravitation, and is super powerful. There's also Blade Shun, or Shun, which is super weak again, but that's like the merited weapon skill. Anyway, thanks for watching, stay safe and have a great day, and I'll see you again. And next time we will get yet another weapon skill notorious monster, and then we will finish the thief artifact quests. So until then, stay safe and have a great day, and thanks for watching. And I think we've only got, let's see, got two. We're down to our last two weapon skills, so we're almost done with weapon skills entirely. So we just got Blade Q, and then we'll have Impulse Drive, and we just got to do the Ninja Artifact quests between all that. So please look forward to it.